Hello everyone, this is PiggyBank with an analysis of losers round 4 of Neopunch Don't Get Hit. This time I had the pleasure of fighting against FiA Akiosjo, who is well known for his ribbon grow. So our first stage is going to be in... So let's get into the game. In the first round, Akiosjo decides to go with the double nade, which is actually quite popular as an anti-springman or shockwave in general, because the explosion might get the player that used the shockwave even after the shockwave has been activated. Which I can understand the reason, but I for one don't think that it's an anti-springman at all. All I need to do is shockwave away from the nade or block it, and I'm fine. Of course, with the fact that ribbon grow is very evasive, the double-edged nature of the nade is somewhat mitigated, which is good. Well, but the double nade is also Akiosjo's signature weapon of sorts, so I can't really say much about that. But it looks like in the first round, Akiosjo did not have a good read on my movement, so I was able to take the win. So this time he switches to double Sparky, and he gets the first hit. Already the fact that it's slower throws me off, and I'm sure he's gotten more used to my movement by now, being the player that he is. And the double Sparky also allows ribbon grow to be more evasive at times. We are not seeing any situations for that right now, but because of the lower stun, when it's deflected, she is able to move out much faster, allowing her to be much more evasive, which is what ribbon grow is known for. Yeah, there I just figured he might, rush, so... Alright, so my health is low, so I do my best to keep things going, but he gets the grab in the end. But at least I have the rush attack, right? I don't know. Maybe I could have used it and pushed for the win there, but I'm not too sure. So here we see Akiosjo sticking with the double Sparky because it's worked out better. But right off the bat, I was already looking for a chance to use my rush attack, and it turns out Akiosjo did give me one. So I'm off to a great start, which is helping out quite a bit. Because ribbon grow is good at stalling for time when she has the lead, but she is actually not as good at making the comeback. But here, he gets a really good rush attack. Of course, it's also my fault for throwing out the Salamander, but it wasn't as bad of an option since I had a rush attack too. And there we go. Second rush attack of the round, and I'm able to finish the game. So I'm off to a great start. But as you will see, Akiosjo is not not a player that will go down that easily. So for the second game, we decide to go to DNA lab. Alright, so I stick with my guns here. Honestly, in hindsight, I feel like I should have gone with the Hydra Slam instead. But I was afraid of the fact that he was using double nade, which means that he will be able to punch through my Hydra. So we see here Akiosjo is trying to destroy the pillars. So I just want to point out that for the most part during this game, when I do get hit by his double nade, it's nothing that a toaster couldn't do. But I don't like that it leaves ribbon grow more open. Because if I shockwave away from the explosion like I'm supposed to, then Ribbon Girl actually ends up being more open than she would have been with the Sparky, or maybe even the Toaster. But of course, none of that stuff really mattered in the end because Akio was so good at predicting my movement by this already. And he gets the first round. I was too happy with baiting out attacks. It's actually one of my bad habits that I need to get rid of. Yeah. So you will see here that now there are times where the nade is working against him. Of course there are times where the nade works for him too, so you know I can't say much, but it's basically I just want to say that it's not really anti-spring, man. So I have the chance to get the win here, come on. But he has a good read on me, and I think at this time I was really hesitant on using my rush attack here, which I regret fully. I should have just gone for it and gone for the next round. But I gave him too much time and he is able to get his own rush attack here. There we go. And I try to use mine before him, but I can't get lucky every time. As I did with versus PCM Akiosjo. So I lose the second game. Pretty convincingly, I might add. So the third game, we go to Mausoleum. And so far it's pretty even. I'm starting to mix up my movement a little bit. Akio seems to have my number pretty much. And look at that. An excellent grab from Akio. So I go for the rush attack, regretting the fact that I didn't use mine earlier in the previous game, but you shouldn't really be thinking about stuff like that. And the KO. Alright, so we go into the second round. Desperate times. One more game and I'm out of the tournament. And honestly, this would have been the perfect time to switch to Ribbon Girl or just go with Hydra or something. But I was feeling too uncomfortable and could not make the decision to take that kind of risk. But yeah, I feel like it would have helped me out a little bit. Alright, here he has the rush attack and he unleashes it. So my goal now is to use my rush attack because they'll finish him off, and there we go! He thought I would block, but I jumped over it. I had a feeling he would go for the grab, so I jumped over. And there is that one example where the nade worked as intended against Springman. And I am off to a very, very bad start. You know, making a few wrong guesses. I am able to defend against this rush attack here for the most part, but the health is health lead is so big by Akio that it was going to be very tough to make the comeback, especially with the evasion that Ravencrow possesses. But even with that in mind, Akio, you know, kept up the aggression because he could do it. And my rush attack didn't do its maximum damage. I did salvage it and and all that, but in the end, Akio's grasp on my movement already was too good. So thank you very much for the games, Akio. With that, I hope to see you around in another video. And until then, take care.